Hello, hello. Hello, hello, yesterday Portal Games. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, yesterday Portal Games, and this Portal Games Informant, our weekly show with the updates from Portal Games office about our new games, new releases, new conventions, and blah, 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 blah. We meet every single Monday, unless I'm traveling and I'm at Gen Con or other places. Usually I'm here with Greg, my production manager, who knows everything about the updates for our games and products. But today he's having Skype, very important Skype right now, so he cannot join me today. It works? Okay. So, first of all, it's been a while since last Portal Games Informant. I was at Berlin Con in Germany, in Berlin, and I got this award for Portal Games from my whole company, Berlin Con Award for the Publisher of the Year 2019. And this is the award that was given to the best publisher. There was no, among the nominated, there was no publishers like big publishers from Germany, like Ravensburger, Cosmos, Schmidt, Spiele, Pegasus. It was rather for like independent publishers worldwide, and apparently we are the best independent publisher, which is very nice. Last year we released Detective, and it impressed apparently Yuri in Germany, so it was very, very nice. In BerlinCon we released a German edition of Roll and Write. We were sold out after the first day, so like jerks we were standing for the whole Sunday, the second day of the convention, with nothing at our booth. Not well prepared on our side, and very successful convention for us because the great gamers and great fans. I got some cookies, I got some Kuchen, so it was very nice for me. Mary got some beer, so very successful. And right after the BerlinCon, on Monday, there was the Spiel des Jahres. And where's my Spiel des Jahres? Oh. As you know, we didn't...
You didn't get it, Spiel des Jahres.
I didn't win Spiel des Jahres, but of course we got this certificate, so this is a big thing. Kenner Spiel des Jahres nominee, Detective, Ignacy Trzewiczek, Przemysław Rymer, and Jakub Łapot, 3 designers who created this game, and a ton of developers, a ton of playtesters, an army of people designing and helping me with this game. So we got this. We have some of the footage from the Spiel des Jahres ceremony in our vlog that Marek posted the last 2 weeks on our YouTube channel, so you probably saw it. And I will talk about this whole ceremony in Board Games Insider, and I will also talk a little bit more in the vlog. So here, just short information. BerlinCon, Roll and Write, Spiel des Jahres on Monday, and then I went back to home, shower, repacking, and I went to America for upcoming Gen Con. I spent 1 week in New York, and that was the worst idea if you want to rest before Gen Con, if you want to some calm place to get used to jet lag. If you want calm place and if you want to rest, please do not go to New York. I did because I am an idiot, and it was a terrible idea. After these few days in New York, both of us, me and Mary, we were totally tired because of the noise, because of the crowds, because of the honking. Everybody in New York is honking. Everybody's staying in the traffic, nothing is moving, and there's no everybody's angry. Stupid. So, week in New York, very tough time. And then, of course, week in Indianapolis, amazing time, Gen Con, and the release of Play Smart, my new book. I strongly recommend to check it out. Fun stories about role-playing games. And, of course, pre-release of Empires of the North. Huge thing for us. As you know, we have a great reviews of the game. And now, finally, we were able to present this game to the general public. We also released expansion for Monolith Arena, which is called Academics, and which is somewhere here. Thank you. Academics, I'm going to finally play this expansion today. So for me it's a brand new thing. I will talk about it more later. So that was Gen Con. Then I came back, couple of days of jet lag and trying to get back to action. And then the most significant moment of the last few weeks and most terrifying, I got the flu. And as everybody who watches this video know, a man and a flu equals near-death experience. I was almost dead. It was terrible. For 10 days I was out of the action. It was a very difficult moment in my life, I have to say. I was considering, writing testimony and giving a company to my employees, like Marek would become the chief of the marketing, and you were so close to becoming a chief of marketing.
Almost. Dodge a bullet.
But I survived this flu, and I am back here today for the first time in the office since few weeks, basically. Like it was a long time since I was here.
Welcome back, boss.
Welcome back, boss. At Gen Con, we released a new board for Imperial Settlers Roll and Ride. It is a Gen Con board with the buildings from America, Mount Rushmore, Cornfield, Statue of Liberty, Golden Gate Bridge, Indianapolis, and White House. We had 100 copies of this board at Gen Con.
And of course, sold out. And not sold out, but
we gave it away to our fans. I guess this file is already published on Board Game Geek.
Yep.
And I have a couple of copies left. Some of them
Give
are
me
for
one.
no. Some of
Come
them.
on, boss.
Some of them are for me, but I can share with you guys. So leave me in the comments some comments about Roll and Ride or Empires of the North, or what you like in these games or what you don't like in these games. Have you played it or haven't you played it yet? And from these comments about our new games, new releases, we'll pick somebody and we will ship them this fancy board. Greg is here. Are you joining?
I can join.
So take a chair
It's
and
a live update. Hot news.
hot news. Yeah, it's very good because
Hello, Greg. How are you?
I was now telling all the stupid jokes and no information whatsoever. So now we have an informant with actual information.
Hello. Nice to meet
So
you.
Greg
again.
is here. So once again, for the past 6 weeks, I was just traveling and almost dying because of the flu. But now I'm back in action. But all this time, Greg was working, besides 2 weeks vacation, and he was preparing a Pret-a-Porter campaign. So before you give the update, just show the information, because I heard, I haven't checked it because I was sick, but people are waiting for the information. So once again, very sorry there was no update, but I was really out of the game. I was really almost dying, and updates starting today, I guess. Like we finally have information with the pledge managers and production and samples, blah blah. So tell us about the Pret-a-Porter, the status.
Yeah, so I've just finished a Skype call with a person responsible for our pledge manager, and we double checked everything, and it seems that there are some things we need to add, but these are just minor stuff, some descriptions, some just to make it look better, but the core is working. So we will send today invitation mail to the first, let's say, 50 backers, and wow. So
Like a testing,
if you
something like that.
exactly, so because if we have a problem, it's much better to have a problem with 50 backers than with 4,000. So and if everything, and it should go fine tomorrow. Every backer will receive a mail.
Today is like an early launch of this pledge
Like-
manager,
yeah,
and
like
if it
a
works,
small batch of
it has to be
test.
very clear information that hey, backer, Europe, like this is.
I mean, for the people who will receive it, for him will be no.
But he
this
will
is
go.
really-
But he
this
will
is
go to
normal
the
mail.
board game gig and he will go. My pledge manager works, and then you have 5,000 people asking you my pledge.
So we need clear update. But right today we are doing this and this, so that will solve the problem. So some people will receive, but only a small amount.
And if it works,
Small
tomorrow pledge manager is open.
Yes.
And we ask you all backers. We ask you to fill it very quickly because we want to ship.
Yeah,
the
will
game.
be weekly reminders about that.
The faster you work, the faster we can work. This, what's in print, what's not in print.
Basically, almost everything is at some stage of the print. For example, wooden components. Everything is ordered. Everything is they are being cut right now. But we are still waiting for the first samples with the screen printing. So we'll see how so the final look. But everything is already being done because it's the last stage of the wood preparation. Patch board, box, everything was sent to print. The same with cards. Plastic insert.
Plastic insert. So we had how many versions? 3?
3. Yes.
3 versions. This is the third one, and apparently the last one. Greg brought it from manufacturer today.
Yes.
It's a brand new. I cannot show it, but I saw that Marek was doing a shooting, so you will see it in a vlog in more detail. But now just information that this is this removable tray, and it fits perfectly here. So bam, 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 and it works nicely. And we even did today, as you will see probably in the vlog again, we did a stress testing. So we have all components here, then we do like that, because many of you put a game like that, then we do like that.
Because everybody does that.
Because we do a good play testing of the product. And let me show you, everything is more or less in place, so it works really well. More of this in the vlog.
Yes, so what you will see in the
Soon.
vlog is not the final version. I mean, there will be some adjustments, but because it's just like a rough prototype. So there will be some beautifying, but this is basically the final shape of the plastic insert.
I really like the cover of this box. It's
It's
a
inspired
village
by,
in the snow.
we inspired it by Time Stories.
it's
so
not-
white again.
It's not so plain, but it's simple. And the rulebook, our last biggest hurdle.
I saw rulebook on my desk today.
So it's going to print this week.
And so I do the final look.
The look.
The look. Okay. So this is a pret-a-porter.
Yes.
This one is already in distribution. This one is already in distribution.
Correct.
What's going on with the production? What we have else? Sandrunners.
Sandrunners. As of today, we will send the last files for the German edition. Actually,
Okay.
so the English edition and Polish now started printing.
Perfect. And I have a question here on chat. Does the box for Empires of the North fit sleeved cards?
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
And so for the Pret-a-Porter, just for the record.
Sandra writes, please send pledge manager to first 58 backers.
I will check if Sandra, anybody named Sandra. Oh, is it Sandra? Is that the question?
This is our Sandra. This is our Sandra.
I thought so. So I will check if 58 backer is someone named Sandra. I will send it to 58 backers. No problem.
Dutch review of Empires of the North will release today or tomorrow. Hint, it's positive, says Dutch Yoda, which reminds me about the t-shirts, and this is a long story. We all know that. Guys, that was a short update. I don't know much about what's happening in the office because I wasn't here for this like 6 weeks. And this is my first day in the office. And to be honest, I need to spend some time with this dude and go over many things on our list. So this for today, the most important thing, I'm back. Games are already in distribution, and this one is already in production, and the pledge manager starts today or tomorrow. Yes. And apparently everything so far goes very smooth, and this is...
Yes, for now October is really safe SN as well, so fingers crossed everything will go fine on the last production.
Thank you.
We have also 2 questions here if you want to answer.
Yes.
Definitely.
The first is, have you played something good in those weeks?
I played Hearthstone because I was in bed and it was very painful. I got a flu. It was very terrible. Like as I mentioned, like that was near-death experience, and I was only able to play Hearthstone. And the second question?
About Artifact expansion. But not...
I'm going to play it today with my son because he's a huge fan of Artifact. I played it solo because Mary didn't want to play with me. I did terrible. But what's the exactly question?
There is no details about
Maybe
this.
the same as in
Okay.
Polish, so
It's
will
just
be
about
a solo
Artifact.
expansion, and when is it coming?
Yes, I need to ask Asia to write a short article about the expansion so she explains how it works. I know that when we were doing the pre-orders, there was a short information on our website about this special new resource. This is a resource with the technology. It is next to the deck, and when you have it, then you put it into discard. Like this is quite an interesting solution. But maybe we need more information for that. I will discuss with Asia and write a short explanation about the expansion. That's all, folks. You have more questions?
Yeah, Dutch Yoda asks, when will you start recruiting volunteers for SN?
We are doing it right now. So basically, if you want to be in the team and we want you in our team, please send an email to portal@portalgames.pl, and we need you. We need good volunteers to help us present Empires of the North and present Prêt-à-Porter
In our t-shirts.
in our great t-shirts.
And the last question about date of Empires of the North Japanese expansion.
Essen. Yes, it was announced yesterday. So in Essen we are releasing 2 new decks. These are decks from the Japan faction. One is very kind Japanese people who give gifts for other faction, and the other one is about trading and moving resources between different locations because of different islands and ports. Very thematic, very good 2 decks to play with. Anyway, thank you for watching. I need to, I would say, log in into the office and see what's going on. So I'll be probably having much more information next week. But the most important information, Prêt-à-Porter Pledge Manager starts today, early, and full version tomorrow. This baby is in production. This baby is in the stores. Please play our games. Please share our games on social media. See you next week and see you tomorrow with the vlog. Are we going to have a vlog tomorrow?
I think yes. Why not?
I mean, because I was sick. There is no Ignacy in the vlog.
Okay, so we need to cancel the vlog.
So there is a vlog next week without tomorrow
But the real vlog will be there.
without Ignacy. I got some shooting from me in the bed, like I was dying.
Some gameplay from
But
Hearthstone.
there will be a credit scene with Ignacy in the bed.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.